Hey guys, just want to take a quick look at this crime scene video. I think there's about two. So let's go. So it looks like the intruder left a $7,000 check. That's what it looks like in the Ramsey's house on the way to the basement. And that's interesting because I think when we were talking about the bonus, when John was talking about who would have known about the 118 grand, he said that he had money laying all around the house. So the intruder could have picked it up from anywhere within the house. Anybody who would have known about the bonus, and there was a lot, I think, according to what he said, would have known that. So um, it's funny that this check in plain sight was just left there. Right here we have another check in plain sight, but it looks like it was ripped up. About $400 to $4,000 was ripped up. So apparently, the Ramseys had no problem writing checks and for a large amount and then just maybe ripping them up. But um, money is kind of laying around, but I don't know. It's funny that that's sitting right there right before we go down to the basement, because here's the staircase, the spiral staircase. Also see here the adequate size attaché, possible motivation for writing the ransom note. It's right there in plain sight, and something that you couldn't put in the ransom note very easily when you're in a hurry trying to figure out what we should talk about. And you notice it's on the way to the basement. So why is this important? When people are in the rush, they're running down the stairs to the basement to kind of see what happened. Maybe they heard a noise. And so they run down to the basement. On the way down to the basement, they notice some things and they're like, oh. What we can use is when they're writing something, everything is clicking and it's coming back to their mind. Oh, we can say this, we can do this. So that might be a possible motivation why they could have used that. think that's the alarm system on the wall. Not sure if that's the front door, but something leading to the kitchen. And I think we've transitioned upstairs now because this is the entrance into JonBenet's room. Typical 6-year-old's room. My niece's room looks like this when she was young, I mean, even now as a teenager. So typical stuff. You got your pageant stuff laying all around. So this looks pretty standard. It'd be interesting to see Burke's room, but I noticed right here as we're passing it up, there's a Christmas tree on your left-hand side right here in JonBenet's room. So be interesting to see if Burke has one in his room as well. But yeah, I think JonBenet demands a lot of attention. I don't know what that is. Might be a poop stain. But yeah, JonBenet demands a lot of attention because she demands her room to be decorated in a certain way. So just a little tidbit on her personality. So entering the restroom, we noticed the drawer is open. Not sure if that was somebody in a hurry going through it, or if that's how JonBenet leaves it all the time. We also noticed the item clothing on the floor beside the toilet. Has me wondering who is leaving clothes beside the toilet seat, and you have a housekeeper. That's the first thing. And I would think that this is one of the main points of the home that the housekeeper would be paying attention to, so they should know about this unless this was placed there outside of their shift. And that article of clothing, to me, should be more so in the middle of the floor or in a hamper, even if there's no housekeeper. So I'm wondering why it would be directly beside the toilet. That's weird. Looks like a towel on the tub, wondering if somebody needed help drying off, or maybe they just took a bath or a shower and, like I said, need help drying off. So wondering what that would mean. Why is that sitting there? As if somebody just used it. Because that would seem to indicate that, I help you get out, I help you dry off. We lay that there and we get you dressed and we move forward to do whatever else. Got some fingernail clippers here right on top of the toilet, and sort of wondering if the fingernails were cut after whoever this was bathed, and then fingernail clipping was part of the grooming process. So very interesting that that's sitting there. Kind of looking at the bed here, the covers are way too pulled back for someone to be in the bed or have been in the bed. Plus, the Beauty and the Beast, what it looks like pillow is down at the foot of the bed. So either JonBenet was sleeping recklessly and moved all the way to the other end of the bed, or she was not in that bed. She moved those pillows for whatever reason, but that does not look like this bed was being slept in. This looks like she was very active. See the drawers at the bottom slightly opened, at the top more so closed. Like I said, when I was looking in the restroom or the bathroom, sorry, that bottom drawer was open. So looks like some activity from JonBenet or maybe Patsy or whoever goes in that restroom. Maybe they keep the drawers open as a matter of how they operate as an individual, or maybe somebody was going through some stuff. But these drawers are more so closed, so indicative that somebody may not have gone into those that night. And if they did, they closed them back, but those drawers are done. Nobody needed anything out of them. Pillow on the counter, my guess is that might be the other pillow from Jom Benet's bed. Not sure why that's there. Maybe she woke up in the middle of the night, came downstairs and caught Patsy maybe making Burke a snack and said, "Hey, Mom, had an accident." Patsy said, "Okay, let's go upstairs, get you changed," and maybe left the pillow there. Took her upstairs, got her cleaned with the towel and everything, and brought her back downstairs for a snack. One thing I didn't notice or see before, but this lone cup by itself on this side of the table closest to the kitchen, you have a utensil, you have a couple napkins, you have the gingerbread houses. Is what it looks like, but those look like they're more for decorations. And as we sweep the table, maybe you need to rewind, but notice there's nothing else at any point in time in the table except for now you have Burke's pineapple and his tea that apparently he's been able to consume all of it. And so he's at the opposite end of the table, but they're both on the head of the table. And so Burke is on this side of the table and someone else is on the other side of the table. And so that seems to me very intentional. Could be nothing, could be something, but it does look like people were sitting at both ends of the table. And so the head of the table with the unaccounted for cup that's closest to the counter with the pillow could have been where Jom Benet was sitting. Also, too, I should make a note as I'm moving to a close that the house is pretty dirty despite having a housekeeper. And I'm confused because this seems like more than one kid's doing, right? It seems like more than two kids can do. It seems like this is a way of life for the family. This is the entire family's way of living, which, John is working and he's never home. Let's give him that excuse. So it's understood. Patsy's a stay-at-home mom with some help. So I am a little confused, but it's a 4-story house with 15 rooms. So it seems like you've bought enough to fill up the whole house. And that's hard to do. How do you buy enough to fill up the whole house is beyond me, of a 4-story, 15-bedroom house. But from what I can see, this sets a precedent of that they are pretty fast-moving people. And that means that they're way too busy to handle certain things. You move fast. Sometimes that's the definition of success for certain people. You move fast. You leave certain things in the past. Success is just moving forward, despite how dirty things are. And it becomes more like we'll handle it later or when we get time. But this means that the housekeeper was more like a friend or family than an individual actually carrying out her duties in the strictest sense. Basically, my point is that so nothing is as that's interesting. And so interested in why there was another glass on the table that was unaccounted for. Was it tested? Do we have DNA fingerprints from it? Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments. And like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And once again, if I didn't say it before, I would like to say it again. Thanks for all your support and all your help and kind of your feedback and looking at this case from multiple angles. Definitely helpful, definitely much appreciated. And so as we move forward, charting this path, I'm going to look at another crime scene video. I'm traveling right now, so it's kind of hard to stay locked into the computer as I'm trying to be present with family, but also this case is just, really calling my name. So Be a little bit patient with me. I'm trying to get this stuff out. I have a couple of things that I'm looking at and trying to work through the details on as well, some other theories. But yeah, until next time, appreciate everybody, and happy holidays once again, and take it easy until next video.